He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 11. Change. It's inevitable. The seasons change. We change through life as we get young, to middle-aged, growing old. We're babies, and then we're old and we pass away. Life is full of change. Right now, our world is going through a huge change. Here in America, we have faced a historic presidential election. Whether you like it or not, it is definitely historic. And that ripple effect is going to affect many, many changes across the whole world. They say what happens in America happens in the rest of the world. So we're going to be going through a lot of changes. But let's reflect on that. What does that look like? What's that look like for you as you have experienced change in your life? Sometimes we have grief. We grieve change. And that could even be a good change. Like maybe we get a job promotion, or we get a bunch of money, or we get married, or we have a baby, and those are all very positive changes, or at least hopefully they are. But what happens is we can grieve our old life, our previous life. And a lot of times we talk about grief where when somebody passes away, we miss them and we grieve, or we have a breakup and our heart just hurts so much and we grieve that. Or maybe we get in a fight with a beloved family member and we can grieve that, and we grieve what things used to be like. Maybe someone is struggling with an addiction and they just can't get out of it. Maybe they're addicted to porn or drugs or gambling, and they grieve their life before that. Or maybe a family member is going through that grief with them. They grieve who that person used to be. Have you ever been stuck in grief? I know I have. There's been a lot of changes in my life, and many of them haven't been easy. Now I remember standing at my father's graveside and wondering, who's going to be my family now? My mom had passed away a few years earlier, and we had a really small family, and the holidays and the birthdays and everything that Mom had made so fun and put so much special meaning into, and the beautiful gifts that my dad would give me, even if it's just a roll of toilet paper. And to just be able to call him up and talk with him, My life changed so much, standing at his graveside and wondering, who's going to be my family now? And it took me many years to process that grief and to go through it. And I lashed out in anger at some people. And my life changed in so many different ways. Physically, I changed into a different person. Mentally, I looked at the world in a different way, and I questioned, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? So in many ways, my father and mother's passing away was really good, because it caused me to question my life in such a way as to figure out what's the bigger purpose that I want to do in this world. How can I give back? How can I make the days of my life more meaningful and more impactful? And also not to take things so seriously. Just want to encourage you to express any type of grief that you might be going through, anger, frustration. What have you grieved in your life? you experienced a horrible pain where you just miss somebody so much that you don't know how you're going to be able to move forward? What that grief process looks like is we start with the event, the loss or the change, and then we move down to denial. Many times we deny that it happened. We ignore it, we block it out of our mind and act like, oh, nothing happened. But later, when reality hits, and we might get angry. We might get angry at what somebody did with us, or why we needed a change, or we might get angry at maybe the circumstances of somebody's passing away, or the circumstances of somebody getting addicted to something, and we get angry. We have anger inside. And then maybe we get depressed. We get sad. We miss them so much. And we have this turmoil in our heart, or we miss this or with a change in a job. Maybe we miss our coworkers and our friends that we had established, and we miss them so much. And even though the change might be good, where you might get a new job or a new promotion, or move to a new town that's going to be fun and exciting, where you'll have new opportunities, but we can still get sad and depressed and grieve that and miss them. And then in the grief chart, we can move up to finally acceptance, and we can finally accept the change. Sometimes what happens is we get stuck in that grief process, where maybe we get stuck in that anger. And we're just so angry, and we're angry at the world, and we're angry at everybody else. We're angry that this happened. And, for some people, they're very angry that we have a new president. They just can't get over it, and they're going to hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it and fight. But what good is that doing for you? What good is that doing for the people around you and the world and the people that you're impacting and the energy that you're giving off, this bitter anger? Or maybe you're depressed and sad, and you can't get over the loss of a relationship or a friendship or a move, and you're just stuck in that sadness. You're stuck in the sadness. Maybe you've become disabled, or you've had a health change in your life, and you're just not as healthy as you used to be, and you grieve your old body, or you grieve that change, and you're just so sad, and you can't move forward, and you're stuck in that. What we need to do is we need to ask ourselves, do we want to live like this forever? Do we want to be sad forever? Do we want to be angry forever? Or do we want to move forward and acknowledge that, yeah, things change. Life is about changes. Winter, spring, summer, fall show us that life is about changes. The aging process, from being a child, a baby, to a teen, and then an adult, and then growing old, and then becoming old and frail. I'm Phoenix Rose. I'm an artist and an author, and it's my mission to impact millions of people with my message of hope and courage and compassion. Thank you for joining. And remember, you can't have a bad day with bubbles.